we're just gonna wait a few minutes for people to get the notifications to get into the live stream. So I'm here at a restaurant and I'm about to eat dinner. I'm gonna have some turkey. It's pretty good. Hello everybody. Good to see everyone here. Where's my tripod at? Let's get my tripod out and let's use that. Try to get it good. So how's everyone doing today? Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera adjusted. Hello? So I got some coffee. Latte. And Coca-Cola. And a Coca-Cola. Let me try to...
And glass of water.
And a glass of water. Thank you so much. Sorry, my tripod is a little funky right now. I don't know why. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay, now that's all over with. It's like still not straight, but oh well. Oh, nice. Thank you for that, Shadow. I appreciate that. See, with this phone, the Pixel, I can't put it in the middle of the tripod because it'll click the buttons on the side. The prices here are actually pretty good in my opinion. It's a little more upscale place, so it's not bakery prices. I ordered a baked turkey dish, which is very, very good. And it's like 780 dinar, which is $7.80 for that plate. Plus I ordered a Coke and a coffee. I'm making a lot of money on crypto. Hopefully you can retire in 2 years. You probably can. I would recommend maybe getting a second passport if you don't already have one. Hey Brad, greetings from Tennessee. Thank you for the live stream. Let's see what you guys are saying. Belgrade, you're welcome. So, get this guys. Anything that my Serbian friends tell me not to talk about, that's the thing you should talk about. So I thought it wasn't a throat, I did have a throat infection, and it was from, I believe, going down in the tunnels under the fortress. I believe I got some fungus down there. That's why they're locked. So don't go down the tunnels of the fortress. But I ended up having that, and I thought I had an STD, a sexually transmitted disease, but I didn't. And it was driving me nuts. I got tested 4 times for gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, and it ended up I had a urinary tract infection. And at the same time, I just happened to get fungus in my throat from the fortress. So that is what really happened, and that's for my live stream fans. But what happened is I went to a lab In the U.S., labs can't prescribe medication to you, so I kind of avoided the labs here. I'm like, what good is lab results if I can't get a prescription, you know? So what happened is I took some antibiotics for a week, and it cleared up my urinary tract infection and my throat fungus. It wasn't a virus, it wasn't even bacteria, it was a fungal infection in my throat. Fungus comes from antibiotics. No, I didn't use any antibiotics before I got the fungus, and I know exactly where I got the fungus from. It was from the old tunnels under the Belgrade fortress that are usually locked, but I was able to get into them. But now that I've seen them, I won't be going back. But oh my gosh, guys, I should tell you my story about getting treatment and thinking you have an STD when you really don't. And oh my god, it was such a big production here. Swimming tunnels. No, there's tunnels underneath the fortress that the public don't go in. And I was able to get into them several times. And that's where I got the fungus from. I'm 100% sure. Well, the thing that concerns me about Belgrade is the tap water. If you boil it, and you boil enough of it over a period of time, there's like this yellow, like leftover powder. And I joke with people because it's yellow and it's powder, and I say, it's yellow cake uranium, it's fine. And people just look at me like the repair guy that came. I said, oh yeah, it's yellow cake uranium, it's okay. And he's like, what? But yeah, that concerned me about the cancer. But if it's my time, it's my time. You know, I don't really care. My mom, she's a crazy old lady. She'd always say, my bags are packed. If I die, I die. My bags are literally packed, guys. Rosa is not the best tap water, bottled water there ever exists. Rosa tastes exactly like the tap water, okay? Because I don't think they put minerals in it to make it taste better. I think the best tasting water is Sparklets in the US. They put minerals in the water to make it taste way better, and it's perfect. Sparklets water in the US, they don't sell it, they just deliver it to your house. Rosa has a pH of 30. Yeah, it doesn't taste any different to me than tap water does. There's probably an ancient graveyard near your well, and it's probably what is stinking it up. So I got a coffee too. Look at this coffee, guys. They don't mess around here. And it's not all foam. I know it looks like foam, but it's not. It's all coffee, the whole thing, except for the top, that's foam. Are the toilets flushable? Yes, they are. At least in Belgrade, you can flush toilet paper just fine. Look at that. So yeah, I woke up, I got on the computer, did a little bit of work, and then waited for the repair guy for my stove, because my stove is broken. And then he came to look at it, and I needs to order parts. And my sugar is not coming out. Look at that. So then what I did is I decided I wanted a turkey dinner. Oh, this is stupid. Look at this thing. This is too long, and it blocks it. When you put it down, it blocks it. Look at that. Thank you.
Welcome. Pepper salt.
Pepper, salt. Perfect. I like this restaurant a lot. One of my friends here showed me this restaurant, and there's like no one that really comes here. Only like really kind of well-to-do people come here. It's not even expensive, and but it's kind of hidden. So I think that's why only certain classes of people know about it. Oh my god, this is pissing me off. Hold on, this sugar's not coming out. I have to dump it in that way. What do I do for work? Well, that's... Oh, what do I do for work? What's the story today? I don't work for the CIA. I have an affiliate income that I've automated. That's my primary source of income right now. And then I consult on the side. I do IT consulting and cybersecurity consulting. But I haven't been doing too much of that lately, and I haven't really wanted to, but I'm getting bored. So I've been, like today I was kind of like looking for like part-time like jobs or full-time jobs that are temporary, just remote, because I'm like bored. I need some IT problems to solve. But so I live off a passive income, so I don't really have to do anything for it, and it just comes, and it probably always will for many years. And then if I work on top of that, I can make more money. And that's how I travel. It's just passive affiliate income. Did they deliver food during the lockdown? Actually, I think I got COVID, so I stayed in my apartment for 2 weeks. It was very mild. I could taste and smell the whole time, so it might have been the flu, I don't know. But I think I had COVID maybe, so I stayed in my apartment for 2 weeks and just got Donesti delivered every day. So yeah, they deliver food. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Crypto mining is not really, it's too hard unless you have like 8 video cards now, and I can't afford 8 video cards or the power to run them. So for me, mining is out. Are vaccinations mandatory? No, they're not. Oh, this coffee is so good, guys. Wow, I think this is like one of the best coffees I've had here in Belgrade. Yeah, so you basically need to steal electricity to be able to mine these days, because the difficulty is very high on Bitcoin, if not nearly almost impossible. But I think the miners, they make money for clearing transactions too, but I don't think it's really worth it anymore. What I regret is not buying Bitcoin in like 2009, because I knew about Bitcoin as soon as it came out, and I was like, this is dumb. What's backing this? The US government's going to shut this down, or they're going to not allow like exchanges. I was really wrong about that one. But to my defense, the US government did shut down a lot of alternative currencies that try to pop up. So, you know, I wish I had bought Bitcoin. I'd be a multimillionaire now, doing nothing my whole life. I've done very little in the last 3 years, and I've done pretty well for myself. I just bought some nice new clothes, some sunglasses. But guys, so they told me this is the male size, and I think it's the Asian size. But these aviator glasses, they're smaller than the ones that we have in America. So I'm happy with them still. They were not very expensive, so. And they came with a case. Look guys, it came with this case, like a glass case, right? Do you see this? And it's the perfect little case to protect my camera. This is my vlogging camera I use. It's the Sony. It's the same one as Bald and Bankrupt and Harold Baldar use. And it works very nice. What I like about this camera is that when I switch from daylight to like in a tunnel or something, it adjusts immediately. It has a 1-inch sensor, which is pretty large. It's probably one of the largest sensors on an action cam that exists, even still today. Even though it's like 4 or 5 years old, this is still a really good camera. And then I have an extra battery for it as well in this glass case. So my backpack has a glass case built into it, so I just use that for my glasses, and then I just use this for my camera. So if I got a MacBook Air M1, I have a MacBook 15-inch Pro, i7, 16 gigs, 512 SSD, but I want to get the MacBook Air M1 to kind of lighten my load. And then if I got the MacBook Air M1 and I had this, my vlogging setup would be very, very minimalist. Let me see what you guys are saying here, because I missed some of your messages. It can be a fisheye, yes it can, or it can just be a normal linear camera. I usually shoot in fisheye mode though, because it's more interesting, because you can see me and you can see all my surroundings. I just find it more interesting. Let me see what you guys are saying. Gold and silver. I don't know about gold and silver. I mean, it's good if you're like have a lot of like money that you don't need, but there's an opportunity cost to that too, right? So you still have to find someone to buy it back from you if you ever want, if you have a currency again. And I think it would be better, I don't know, if I had a lot of money, I would probably dump it into S&P 500 and just kind of like let it work, because the S&P 500 in the last few years has returned a historical rate of over 13%. So if you dump $1 million into it, you're making like, I think, over $100,000 per year doing nothing, just because you have $1 million in the S&P 500 stocks. And you don't have to think about it. So that's what I would do, because I'm extremely lazy. Or I would buy real estate in Turkey. The lens changed, huh? The GoPros have their place. I like GoPros. I like the Hyper Smooth. That's really nice. This camera here has both electronic and optical stabilization, but the Hyper Smooth is better than this camera. But GoPro, I'm not super into my GoPro. I have the 5 Hero Black, and a few times I've started it up and started vlogging. The whole vlog had no sound, so I'm not, I don't feel I can rely on my GoPro. But I would buy a GoPro 9 if I needed a new camera. Yeah, you definitely should come back to Belgrade, especially if you have a little bit of money. It really goes a long way here. Let me see if I can get a new angle for my camera, because my back is hurting. Let's see. Oh, here's the food.
You know, the main people in.
Bread? Yes. Thank you. Look at that. So, I ordered turkey, but they brought me fish. But I'm going to eat it anyways, because I believe in fate. Let's see what this... So, yeah. You have potatoes. Hey. Sometimes I think like people guess what you order here, but I don't care because I guess what they say sometimes. So I'm just as guilty. Thank you. So if I still want turkey after this, I'm going to order a turkey. It's a small mistake in the whole world, okay? You can buy factions. Is that? I think that's what Heidi at Crypto Tips does. Is she stakes? Is that the same thing as staking crypto? Yeah, I only want big returns, but I have no money to invest, so thank you. If you guys knew how much little money I lived off of every month, you'd be like shocked. I'm living a businessman's lifestyle on a backpacker's income. And everything just works out. So I'm happy. I need to get less lazy and like work. And then I can make some serious money and, you know, stack coin and buy a house here. But I have issues with my ADHD, which causes depression, which causes me to not want to be productive. Yeah, if you want to clean my house and, you know, be my assistant, you can live on my balcony. It's enclosed on a yoga mat. And if it gets really cold outside, if it gets 0 or below, you can sleep in the bathroom. Yeah, I'm sad I didn't get in on Chainlink either, because I knew people on 4chan were saying that Chainlink's going to go up, and I'm like, what does 4chan know? Of course, over the last like 2 years, I've discovered 4chan is actually a pretty reliable source of information. I know eating on a live stream is like a felony. I'm sorry, but I can't let it get cold. Yeah, you should watch the movie Bedazzled. Be careful what you ask for, because it might not always be what you actually want. But, you know, I didn't do very much work today at all. I was like literally just looking for clients. And I decided, hey, I want to go out to a nice restaurant tonight for $7.80. That's Belgrade. Well, I'd like to be successful and earn a lot more money. And I can. I just have to get my ass in gear, right? It's completely my fault. But it leads down to my mental issues. So I wouldn't say I have like demons inside of me or anything like that. It's just that I have like problems with my self-worth. I'm like a fat chick in a skinny hot guy's body. It's a hard life. My educational background, didn't graduate high school. I said this is bullshit. I left in the 11th grade out of 12th grade. We go to school for 4 years in the U.S. In high school. And I said this is bullshit, and I just started working. And I said, college is a scam. What good is a college degree if everybody has one? I was like, I'll be the odd man out. And I'm glad I did, because those poor MFers are like in serious debt right now. And they can never discharge it because their loans are backed by the US government, and you can never discharge that. It always follows you around for the rest of your life. And the longer they like resist paying it, the more the interest gets. And it just compounds. So they'll never that's why like people are voting for Bernie Sanders, because they actually think that they should get a college education for free. And while that works very nicely here in Serbia, it does not work in America. There's always going to be winners and losers in society, and society's never going to be fair, right? So I would say like I was born on the losing end myself. I wasn't born into privilege. I wasn't even born into a stable household, but I'm fine. But like 98% of other people that have had my life would be like a fucked up drug addict today. But people ask me, have you ever been in the military? I'm like, no, I just had a hard life, dude. I don't think you can ever discharge a loan that's backed by the US government, but I might be wrong. I don't know. I never went to that clown town to find out. I don't agree with everyone needs a college degree, so I decided not to get one, and I'm perfectly fine without one. Yeah, my mental issues, they're not bad for everyone around me, but they're extremely destructive for me. And I literally am, like, one of the big reasons I went traveling is because I was like, I just want to see the world, and then die. That was my plan, is just to see the world and die. But sorry, I lost my track of thought because of my ADHD. But yeah, life's going pretty good. I mean, even if I was like down and out and broke, I could go live in a hostel for 150 euros a month. And probably work in exchange for food. But I'm very blessed to have my own apartment. I had my own apartment in San Diego. I had my own apartment even on Bali. Now, most people on Bali, they live with other people in villas, and they all pay like us, a couple $100 a month. But I was able to have my own, it was nice. And so, yeah, everywhere, and even in Chiang Mai, I had my own. Well, in Chiang Mai, if you don't have your own place, you're either a codependent or something's very wrong with you. Because housing is so cheap in Chiang Mai. Like, so cheap. Let me try the fish. It's probably going to be pretty good. It's a little bit dry, but I think it's pretty decent. Yeah, don't come to Serbia thinking you're going to work in the local economy, okay? Diversity, I think, has been pushed on us too hard in the Western world, to the point where we're all fatigued. And diversity is important, I think, for an economy, but I don't think multiculturalism is. So I'm trying to like encourage more Americans that would fit in with the local population to come here to Serbia and try to integrate and bring their money. It'll probably take like another 30 years, but imagine if all the productive people around the world just moved here to Serbia. Thank you. It'd be like the Monaco of the Balkans. So a lot of people, they give the current government kind of a lot of grief, but they are trying to improve the situation here. I see it. I see them working really hard. So while I can't comment other than that, because I didn't grow up here, I do see like the president and the ministers and the prime minister working their little butts off. So I just think that Serbians need to have more of a positive outlook on their own country. Because right now, I think it's great. It'll suck when it gets more expensive, but if it gets more expensive, that means that like people are doing better, you know, hopefully. Sorry I'm being so lame and eating, but I'm like, this is my first meal of the day. Yeah, I would go to Florida if I was going to move back to the U.S. I would, I actually would like to get a residency there, but I don't really want to be like a U.S. citizen even anymore, so I'm not too worried about like paying state taxes. So, but if I had two passports, I would want a Serbian passport and a Turkish passport. I think those would be two good ones for me. I don't know. Maybe Tampa. Florida isn't tax-free. They actually have pretty high property taxes if you own, but they're income tax-free. I don't know, I think that Belgrade is kind of small, right? So I think if I could live between Belgrade and Istanbul, I think my life would be like really perfect. There's a lot of things that are made in Turkey and sold here, so I could just go buy them in Turkey. And Turkey's bigger, like more populated, more dense, and it just has different food. And yeah, if I could have a Serbian passport and a Turkish passport, I would be happy as a clam. Bon appetit. I also think that the U.S. gives Turkey a really hard, raw deal, you know? But why is Turkey fucking with Greece? You know, I don't get it. I don't know enough to understand the issue that Turkey has with Greece, but it seems like Turkey would be on the losing end of all that. So it's not too smart. But those decisions make it better for foreigners like me, because the more sanctions there are on Turkey, the cheaper their economy is. So if they want to keep messing around with Greece, then they're going to keep getting like sanctioned by the EU and the US, which is going to make it better for me. especially if I want to buy property there in the future. Yeah, I don't care about going to the EU, guys. Sometimes it's better just to get a visa and pay the fee than it is to have your government chasing you around the globe for tax money that you shouldn't even owe them. Just because I have a U.S. passport I shouldn't owe the U.S. government money based on stuff I do in foreign countries that has nothing to do with the U.S. Well, I've been looking at real estate in Turkey, and it looks like it's a pretty good deal. Yeah, the UK, I'm sorry for you guys. Like, I have a lot to say, but I won't about all that. But UK is one passport that I don't want. When you can get arrested for offending someone, that is where I draw the line. The black drink it's Coca-Cola, but it's the only thing they have, so. So don't get demonetized. I'm not afraid of getting demonetized on YouTube because it's not the money from YouTube that is powerful, it's the followers, right? So PewDiePie got demonetized, I think. He didn't give a shit because he was still selling merch, like t-shirts and stuff to his audience. And that's, once you get like over 100,000 subscribers, like people will buy anything from you. So the $45 a month I get from YouTube ads, I don't care about that. Because Glovo don't pay much in ads, so yeah. But $45 is better than nothing, I guess. Megan is a batshit crazy woman, and I'm not really into Megan, to be honest with you. She's like very manipulative, in my opinion, and I think Megan is karma for what they did to Diana, and that's all I'll say about that. Sorry, I'm cutting my fish and it's shaking the camera. I read every comment that comes in because it's very important to ban the trolls before they can fester. So I don't give trolls any feedback. I even hide my likes and dislikes. And let me tell you guys that I have like 3,000 likes on some videos, over 3,000, and maybe like on that video will be like 100 dislikes over the past like 6 months, right? So it's not about like, I'm not trying to hide my likes and dislikes because they're bad. They're good. But I don't want trolls to be able to get mental stimulation clicking the downvote button and seeing the downvote counter go. So I hide it. I also hide it for another reason that I don't want to talk about, but that's the main reason I hide my numbers is because of trolls. But every comment that if it's constructive criticism, I don't mind that. But if it's just outright rude or combative, then I'm not gonna fight with someone in my YouTube comments because it just brings negative energy to myself and makes me look bad to other people subconsciously. So I just ban them. And I thought about like starting a consulting service for like Harold Baldar and maybe a Bald and Bankrupt, where I go through their comments every day or several times a day and I just erase the bad ones. The reason why I can't tell you what the second reason is because it's an exploit in YouTube to exploit the algorithm. And I figured out a way to do some pretty cool stuff with it, and I don't want them to fix it, so I don't want to talk about it. Tbilisi, Georgia, I've never been there, but it doesn't really look like there's too much going on there. If you look at the YouTube videos compared to Belgrade, Tbilisi, Georgia looks like the counterfeit version of Belgrade. I do want to go to Tbilisi and open a bank account at TBS. Other than that, I'm glad that the universe sent me to Belgrade versus Tbilisi. Cheap Charlie, don't know who that is, sorry. Well, of course people would speak highly of me because I don't go around like leaving bad news in my wake, you know? I don't think anyone that I've ever interacted with in my travels could say anything bad about me. I haven't traveled around Serbia except for Novi Sad and Niš because I don't have a car. And a car is not my main priority either. If I had money to buy a car, I would have money to buy a house. So that's what I would do with it. I'd buy a house first. So I've messaged David Bond several times when I was in Thailand pre-COVID. He was never interested in meeting me or doing a video with me. So, you know, I think he's wrong about several things like Gab. I don't think Gab is the future at all. They've been hacked twice in the last month. I support what Gab is trying to do, but I don't think they have the technical or management talent to do what they're trying to do. And, you know, like I said on Facebook, in a private group, if you don't have the backing of U.S. intelligence agencies to start a new social media platform, you're screwed. So you're screwed from the start. So Facebook and Twitter and what's the other one? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm forgetting one. Facebook, Twitter, and Google. They're all spy. They're all fronts for our spy agencies in the U.S. Like literally, like Google is the NSA. It's a corporate front. That's all it is. And if you try to compete with them, they collude to shut you down, even with payment processors. It's like really weird. I don't think that the U.S. is the U.S. anymore. Too many views to visit old Brad, huh? Yeah. Can we stop talking about Cheap Charlie, or else I'm gonna have to ban some people, unfortunately. I don't want to give that type of person airtime on my channel. Yes, I am. I'm a very skilled driver. Very skilled. More than you guys will ever know. I will when it warms up. I've been kind of like hunkered down because of the wintertime. Do I think the stock market will crash? I don't know what's going to happen, dude, but like, I just want to buy a little village house here in Serbia for 12,000 euros and like just farm, you know, like for myself. And just kind of like check out society. It'd be cool to go off the grid for like 10 years. Like completely no cell phone, no news, no TV. No connection to the outside world. And then in 10 years to see how the world's changed. The latest stimulus package is junk, obviously. First of all, we shouldn't be giving stimulus payments because we shouldn't have even had a lockdown to begin with. It's money laundering. That's all it is. So the American people are being paid bribes to accept billions of dollars being sent overseas and to NGOs that these politicians own and operate, or their friends do. And it's just a big money laundering scheme that our government is doing to steal our wealth. And that's what they're doing, and they're doing it successfully. And that's why I want to renounce my U.S. passport, is because I don't want to be on the hook for $28 trillion of national debt. I don't want to defend all of Europe with, you know, the taxes I pay. Europe can defend themselves, especially if they want to buy gas from Russia, which I'm not opposed to. I'm just saying, like, you know, you can't have it both ways if you're Germany, right? So you can't say, oh, the U.S. needs to protect us from Russia, but then we're going to buy gas from Russia. You know, I think we should just leave Europe. The U.S. military needs to shrink, first of all. I think the U.S. military needs to shrink massively. But the way my finances set up in the U.S., I'm going to get a stimulus payment, hopefully. I know it's a scam though, right? But it might buy me a new camera. It might help me with YouTube. Am I planning to learn the Serbian language once I get my medication? Sure. Yeah, the British Crown is the one who killed Diana. I agree. And Meghan is the karma. And they can't do it twice. They can't kill Meghan because it would be pretty obvious what happened. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with Croatia. I want to stay in Serbia for the long term. If I leave Serbia for whatever reason, if I get kicked out, whatever, I'll probably go to Turkey, Istanbul, because I want to go there anyways. But I don't plan to go to Croatia. I don't want to like spend money in a tourist like place. Croatia is all tourism. I don't want to be charged more because I'm a foreigner. If I wanted to, I think, do tourist things, I would go to Egypt. Let me see what else you guys are saying. I'm saying as a U.S. citizen, um, if I was going to maintain my U.S. passport, I definitely don't want the U.S. military paying to protect Europe and then not getting anything for it. And I think that's fair. Okay, so a lot of people think that my U.S. passport protects me, and it doesn't. I'm still subject to all of Serbia's laws. I'm subject to all of Indonesia's laws, all of Malaysia's laws. I'm not looking for the protection of the U.S. government. I wouldn't care if the U.S. embassy closed in Belgrade, because I don't do stuff that I need the U.S. embassy for, ever. I don't do drugs. I don't even drink. Okay, so I don't get into a lot of trouble, if any at all. And if I have to kill someone defending myself, I will, and I'll just be subject to the local laws and go through the court system. And if I have to serve, not many countries though that I visit probably want to keep a foreigner in their prison for very long. So they'll probably give me like a 30-year sentence, but I'll be out in a year. Once the news cycle settles down, I'm not worried. I don't need the protection of the U.S. government overseas. I just don't. I don't want it. And I don't want to pay for it. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hey got banned from the channel for being rude. Sorry guys, whenever I scroll, it the focus and the white balance gets messed up. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time with Megan's interview. I know it's a bunch of baloney. Well, most of it probably is. SSDI, I thought about going back to the US and trying to get disability for my depression, right? Just to kind of milk the US because everyone else is doing it. But I don't have SSDI, but I wish I did. For people that don't know what SSDI is, it's Social Security Disability Insurance. And it's, if I were to claim SSDI, I think I would get over $1,000 a month from the US government. For the rest of my life. But I'm just not that's not what I do. But I have met someone that does nomad off of disability payments, but I think she was from Denmark, and they were quite high. So she was able to make it wherever she was. So that was cool. But I think she's the type of person that really needed it. I met her on Bali. She was such a nice person, but she had some depression problems. It was pretty severe. So I was in Belgrade for a week, and it was amazing. Corona doesn't exist. Everyone is working. Let's see, curfew hours, and here in Montenegro, I was just in Montenegro. I was in Bar, Montenegro, and I don't think it was locked down at all. Oh, at night it was. The streets were empty at night because there was a curfew, I think. But during the day it was just fine. But there's no curfew here in Serbia. Let me see what you guys are saying. I see that you're nice guys, so you don't need to worry. People in Serbia usually like foreigners who enjoy and like Serbia, and you always talk good about us. So you'll always be welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm pretty a positive go-lucky guy. I don't like complainers. That's the only thing I don't like. I think complaining is a waste of time and mental energy. Yeah, it's very. I think that Belgrade is very similar to New York City, to Brooklyn. Brooklyn, very similar in many ways. You didn't miss anything. Everything. I've just been eating a meal here at this restaurant and live streaming. I'm eating some fish. Let me finish my fish. Let me see. Yeah, I made friends. But like I'm an introvert, I like to hang out at home. Gas heating is completely safe. Have I heard of a YouTuber called who? No. Shoe Nice? No, never heard of him. I wish I could lock the brightness. Catboy? I don't know what happened to him. I don't follow all that fake. Yes. I'm asleep. I'm doing my my CIA military training and my lucid dreams. How do I make a living here in Belgrade? The Serbian government gives me welfare. I have a special debit card from the Serbian Treasury. Lee Teniza. So I ordered fish. I ordered turkey, but they gave me fish. I'm eating it because I'm just accepting my fate. Guys, I'm kidding. The Serbian government doesn't give me welfare. But I have a Raiffeisen account. Actually, I have several Raiffeisen accounts. But yeah, Raiffeisen so far has been a good bank. So no complaints about Raiffeisen. Yeah, when Serbians ask me how I afford to live here, or why I live here, I'm like, because your government gives me welfare. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, they give me enough to live comfortably on, like I live in America. They're like, what? I'm like, I'm just kidding. They all fall for it. They all fall for it. Work for Glovo. I gave a Glovo, not a Glovo, Donesi bike rider it was like a 250 dinar tip, right? So my meal was like close to 1,000, and then I gave him 200 on top of that and just let him keep the change. And he tried to give the 200 back to me. He said that's too much, and I'm like, it's $2. Yeah, people can still smoke inside here. No. Rescoping me on Periscope. No, don't know anything about that. But send me more information. Email me or hit me up on Instagram. If someone is recasting me on Periscope, I don't care, but it'd be cool to see. Yeah, I think you could probably live in Serbia for $1 million if you were careful with your money. But I think Serbia would be a very boring place to stay your whole life without going on trips or vacations or, you know. I would put that 1 million into S&P 500, and I would just take the 100,000 plus per year and just travel with it. That's what I would do. I'm not gonna get the vaccine. I always tip my food delivery people like very well because, guys, it's sometimes hell out there. Okay, like riding a bike when it's like 2 degrees outside is not fun. Okay, so I think these delivery drivers, they're pretty tough. I would have to say you have to respect them, and they have a tough like job, you know. So I know not everyone can afford to give them a 200 or 500 dinar tip, but if I have the money extra in my budget, I will, because, you know, what I don't encourage is foreigners coming here and trying to keep everyone on the same level. And I see that in a lot of places I go. I saw that on Bali, I saw that in Thailand, and I see that here from foreigners. They want to keep the local Serbians on the same financial level, basically so they can have slaves. And I would like to see people rise up here in Serbia financially. So while a 200 dinar tip isn't going to go very far, it's a start. Well, you know, where I got the S&P 500 idea was from Jeffrey Epstein. There are some delivery YouTubers that make $7,000 a month. I bet you can. But those are the people that like do it as a full-time job. And this is just like for fun for me now. I mean, I would love to make $7,000 a month off YouTube, but I'm too lazy. But I need more subscribers. So if you guys could post my videos, not my live streams, because those are like of lower quality. But if you guys could post my actual videos on your Facebook wall and encourage people to watch me and subscribe to me, that would be like do so much for me, because I only post a video when I feel like I can, like mentally, and also only when I have something really valuable to say. I don't want to make a video every day, you know, like a trash video. I don't want to make a video every week if I don't think it's a good idea, you know? So I would say right now I'm very genuine on my YouTube. But I need more subscribers, I need more engagement, I need more comments on my videos. Not my live streams, but my videos. So if you guys could thumbs up the videos, give me a comment, and post it to your Facebook, I think it would really help a lot. And like I said, I'm not here to try to make money off YouTube. I'm just trying to, you know, encourage more people to come out here, and I have. People are coming out here. This guy stopped me on the street months ago. He's like, "Hey, I was coming out here already, but then I saw your video, and it really like reinforced my decision to come to Serbia." And now he has a temporary residence permit for a year, and he's staying here, and he's participating in the local economy. While I don't really care for, you know, his type of business, it's what he's doing. It brings more, I would say, diversity to Serbia. Not that Serbia needs more diversity, but they need more financial diversity. So people like foreigners that can help Serbia, you know. I think that's a good idea, you know. So people, you know, some people try to open a yoga studio here, and they were hippies, and they failed, and they were asking how to get rid of their DOO. Yeah, don't open a yoga studio in Belgrade unless you're Serbian. Okay, it's not gonna work. And then like you have this couple that's like trying to go like spam the expat groups because they make money to travel by doing tattoos on the road. And I'm like, that's like so like low. I mean, like, not only are you like working illegally here, like literally taking a Serbian's job. Because what I do, I don't take a Serbian's job because my income has nothing to do with Serbia. But these people are like, they're dirty hippies, and they're spamming the expat groups to try to like get people to buy tattoos from them. I'm like, no, thank you. So let's see what you guys are saying. X Factor says, I showed your videos to all my new friends from my gym and they liked it. Thank you so much. My trip to Montenegro went very well, actually, but there's nothing really there. What is CEFI and DeFi? Yeah, I don't like. I'm not into DeFi. I don't want to give up Bitcoin to a company to hold. I don't want to loan Bitcoin to a company because, like, literally they could just up and disappear with my Bitcoin because it's not my wallet anymore. I don't actually have any Bitcoin, guys, but if I did, I definitely wouldn't be loaning it. So what do I look for in a country? I look for people like with a brain, you know. Montenegro actually was nice, and the people were nice, and they had brains. I didn't feel like, at least bar, I just didn't feel like there's a lot going on there. It's a tourist-based economy with no tourists. So that's basically it. They put all their eggs in one basket, tourism, and there's no tourists there. So just imagine that. That's how Montenegro was. I wish I could have seen it pre-COVID. Floopsy, I don't know how to pronounce that. Floopsy has 150 people watching me on Periscope. Cool. Thank you, Floopsy. Periscope isn't a platform that I have exploited. I want to get like a Restream.com account so I can stream on multiple platforms at one time. How are your friends from the US reacting after all your videos and experience in Serbia? They're definitely surprised. You know, I'm sure people were kind of secretly jealous and wishing for me to fail in Bali, and I think they were surprised when I did not. And I just kept moving on and moving on, and you know, you find ways to make stuff work. But the first step for the people watching on Periscope is if you want to travel, you can't travel and have bills, reoccurring bills back in your home country. So you're gonna have to get rid of everything. But if you ever want to go back, just buy used furniture and get a steam cleaning service to come with a truck mount system and steam clean the furniture like new, or just put a slip cover over it. Don't get caught up in buying stuff new. Just sell everything for whatever you can get for it and just go, and then figure out your way. Yeah, you know what? I agree. My blogging adventure was a failure in Bali and Thailand because I was focusing on myself. Because it was the first time I was on Bali. You know, I didn't want to bring the camera at every interaction I had for the first time. You know, and I wanted to experience Bali just without, you know, a big camera in front of my face. So that's what I did. I put very low effort into my videos on Bali and Thailand because I wasn't really into it, you know. But now, you know, I'm kind of more into the vlogging thing, and I hate editing, but I'm learning. I'm forcing myself to learn Final Cut Pro from DaVinci Resolve. I prefer DaVinci Resolve over Final Cut Pro, but all the like transition packs and the color LUTs, the color correction stuff it's the most popular platform is Final Cut Pro. So that's what I'm learning now. Traveling to a different country on your own for the first time. I didn't just travel, I moved. I literally sold everything in my apartment on Craigslist for whatever I could get for it within 3 weeks. I had a visa, my passport, and everything sold on the last full day I was in San Diego. That's when the last stuff sold. I left my vehicle behind, I abandoned it, and it was just towed away and auctioned off. And I just got on a plane to Bali and never looked back. Most people are too scared to start. So the way you start is you tell the universe, hey, I want to go somewhere, but you have to signal to the universe as well. So you have to start getting rid of stuff. Get rid of your clutter. Clean out your house. You know, get rid of stuff in your garage. You know, just post on Craigslist, have garage sales, whatever. Just get rid of it. And the universe will realize you are preparing to receive. And once you're prepared to receive, the universe will give you what you need. I will tell you, there's stuff that you still don't know about me leaving San Diego. And I will tell you, it was weird how everything just fit together like Legos. And I think that I knew I was meant to leave because after watching travel videos for a year, every month I stayed in the US, I felt suffocated. I felt like someone was holding me underwater. I felt like I had to get out really, really quick. I didn't feel in danger, but something spiritually was telling me to GTFO, and I did. Quit my job, got rid of everything, abandoned my vehicle, had it towed away, and I moved to Bali, and it was for the better. And whatever was telling me to GTFO out of the US was completely correct. But it was so, I can't, all I can say is it was a very, what's the word? My ADHD is blocking what I want to say. Very heavy-handed, spiritual being of some sort was directing me to the exit of the US. And it was very heavy-handed. I felt like I was drowning. That's the best way to explain it. And when I got on that plane to Bali, first time, I wasn't even afraid. I wasn't, like, I was just so calm and happy. I was happy I was leaving. Even though I had nothing to go back to, I was happy I was leaving. But if I ever want to go back to the US, I can. I have the skill set. I can get a job in a week or two. You know, so I can go remote from Belgrade with a company in the US, and just when I move to the US, I'll work in their offices. So for me, it's not hard. Yeah, I totally believe in the law of attraction. That's why I don't like complainers. Craigslist is like the Hello Oglassi of the US, or like the Gumtree for the Australian viewers. Dubai, you know what? I don't know. I have never visited Dubai, but I'm not too into it, I guess you could say. They don't really have anything going on there except for just desert. And what fun is that? What fun is falcons and desert and shopping malls? I don't know. I think Dubai would be a good place to meet people, interesting, wealthy, more successful people. But I don't think it would be a great place to, like, if you like places like Bali and Thailand. Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying in the live chat. Richie people go there to shop. Yeah, they go to Kuala Lumpur too. I noticed. What can you buy on Craigslist? You can buy anything that's used: cars, houses, apartments, electronic devices, appliances. Just Google it, Craigslist. Portugal, I don't have an opinion on. To me, it seems like Portugal, the life there might be a little bit slower than I like. So I haven't been there, so I can't really tell you. I don't have anything bad to say about it or a bad opinion. It just seems like life is slow there, from what I see. Schick says, "Hey Brad, what's going on? I'm at a restaurant eating dinner. First meal of the day is my dinner. That's probably why I look the way I do. Not to toot my own horn. I don't do anything special. People ask me, like, do you work out? Or, you know, what do you do? I'm like, I don't do anything. I don't do anything special, but I don't smoke. I think that's the big one. I don't smoke. Where am I from originally? Originally, I'm from Chicago, but I moved there to San Diego when I was 5, so I grew up in San Diego. So I tell people I'm just from San Diego, just to shorten the conversation, to make it go simpler. Oh yeah, taxation. UAE, I think, is good for taxation too. But those Muslim countries might be somewhere where you want a U.S. passport. When I first traveled, I traveled alone to New York City from San Diego when I was about 14 and 15. Because my sister was a flight attendant and I could get free tickets. So I went to New York. I saw New York City pre 9/11. I was in Times Square for the 99-2000 New Year's Eve celebration. That was unforgettable. New York used to be a really nice place, guys, in the late '90s. Like really, really nice place. Very nice. I'm glad I got to see it before the New World Order took over, but it's kind of shit now. No. But yeah, I was 14, 15 when I first traveled across the U.S., but internationally, well, almost 3 years ago, so I was like 33. I could never take a vacation because I worked in cybersecurity. And when I was younger, I didn't have the money or the know-how to be able to travel internationally. So I said, instead of a vacation, I'm just going to move to Bali. And that's what I did. But I think that I was destined for this type of life because I don't really want to talk about a lot of stuff, but I think that subconsciously I've been training for this for a long time, ever since I was a young kid. And I think it's just my destiny to be able to travel and live freely and all that and do almost no work. But it's weird, you know? Why am I sitting in Belgrade without a mask at a fancy restaurant and my friends at home can't even find jobs? It's because everything I was doing ever since I was a kid that everyone told me that I wasn't going to be successful for, well, they were right. They were wrong and I was right. So, and I'm not uberly successful, guys. I'm doing this on like a shoestring budget, okay? I live here in Belgrade on $1,000 a month. You know, I make way more than that, but my living expenses here in Belgrade, if I don't go super wild with anything, is about $1,000 a month. So that's not too hard to make online, you know. But people in San Diego that I know would rather sit in their $3,000 apartments, sip in their $5 lattes from Starbucks, and paying about $700 for their car, and spend all their unemployment money on that, versus just get out and start traveling and explore the world. It's because, like I said, there's winners and losers in this world at the beginning of this live stream. And if you want to be a winner, you can. If you want to be a loser, then continue on doing, you know, what everyone else is doing. But I definitely don't think that you're born a loser. I think that you become one. And you can be some people become losers faster than others, but I never touch drugs. You know, I don't drink alcohol. I'm not religious though, but if it doesn't make me money or it doesn't help me pursue travel or my dreams, then I'm not interested in it. No, like I have a very healthy, like sinful lifestyle. You know, like I don't put all my whole life out there. But trust me, I'm not the clean-cut pretty boy that is on the exterior. I actually didn't even shave the last 2 days. Let me see. I stopped drinking and struggled to sleep well. Well, what I would recommend is maybe taking a hot shower before your bed and opening a window. And you have to stop thinking about life in bed. You know, you have to make the decision. You're not going to think about stuff. So, just clear your mind. Take a hot bath, or a hot bath if you have a bath. If you only have a shower, take a hot shower. And eat. Eating helps at night. People say, "Oh, don't eat; you're going to gain weight," and that's true. But if you're not like a fat cow already, then you can have a dinner. It helps you sleep. If you eat, take a hot shower, hot bath, and clear your minds, you should be good. And if not, you need medication. Don't go get some sleeping medication from a doctor. You know, just something light, not too hard. If I wanted to move somewhere, my next country would probably be Morocco, Iraq, or Turkey. I want to go visit Erbil, Iraq, which is the Kurdish region in northern Iraq. It's, I would say about 60% secure, maybe 70%, but it's safer than like Baghdad. The Kurds run it. The Kurds are pro-American. So I feel comfortable. I would feel comfortable walking the streets around Erbil. I just want to be able to say I summered in Iraq, because who does that, right? Who goes to Iraq in the summertime? So I want to say I did that. It's a little bit expensive though, but it's okay. I want to go to Morocco to go to the bazaars, and I want to stay in a riad. A riad is a house. It's usually like a 2 or 3 story house with walls. It's kind of like a villa for the inner city, basically. They're very beautiful. R-I-A-D, Riyadh. Google them. They have like very good tile work. And I would like to stay in one for maybe a month. So Morocco and Erbil, Iraq, and Turkey. That's the 3 places I'd like to go from Belgrade. But I want Belgrade to be my home. No, I haven't visited any mountains here in Serbia yet. So, how do I have relationships with this type of life? That's an interesting question, because there's been several people back home where I've said, if you come out and be with me, you know, like past people I've dated, I said, you won't need any money. I'll feed you, I'll house you, and I'll teach you to make money online. Because I would like a partner, because I could make double the money, you know, or we could. And when you have a partner, it's easier to like do YouTube, because you have someone to hold your camera and take your pictures and everything like that. And I miss not having that. But everyone is just like cattle. They're too scared. And I've really put some pressure on some people to come out, but they haven't. And so, oh well. I have been to Novi Sad. I'll see Montenegro in the summertime. I think that's a better time to go to Montenegro. I walk a lot, but I also fast. But I don't fast. I don't think about fasting. I just, like I said, this is the first meal I've had all day, and it's like 5 p.m. So, hello from Toronto. Hello, hello. Yeah, guys, like on the exterior, like you would think my life is like perfect, right? But it's really not. I have a lot of like emotional pain, you know, internally, and I don't present that on the outside. Like, you would think I'm just like perfectly happy, but I'm not, for various reasons. But you know, just remember that, you know, like, just because someone seems like they're doing great doesn't mean they are. Yeah, it's hard. Someone said, I hope you start a journal because you could write a great book. Yeah, that's a good idea. But I don't think people would read a book, especially in the future. I would like to just like, this is my journal on YouTube. I'd rather have people watch a video than read a book. My food is cold now. X Factor says, I never visited Morocco, but Turkey is nice. And I visited it. And the mountains here in Serbia are really beautiful. I will say the mountains is just, right now I have some stuff going on in Belgrade that requires my attention. So once all that all settles down, I'll rent a car and go around Serbia. So we've been on for an hour and 30 minutes, and I actually forgot to connect to the restaurant Wi-Fi. So if the stream abruptly ends, that means I ran out of data and I won't be back today. Remember to subscribe to me on YouTube. Just search for Brad Serbia and I'll pop up, and hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, and give me a thumbs up on my videos. And if you really want to help the channel, go ahead and share my videos, not my live streams, but my videos. Share my videos on your Facebook and your WhatsApp. If you're Indian, share it with your WhatsApp group. I love Indians because they are so helpful, and there's so many of them. And so they make great subscribers. Serbs as well. Even though I want more views from the US to kind of like get people out here, I'm not going to get those unless I get the initial views. So any view helps, even if you're from India, Pakistan, Indonesia, Serbia, it helps push me up in the algorithm. So give me a thumbs up on my actual regular videos, and comments, share them if you can. If you have forums, you can share them in. Like some people share it on BioBuild. Some people shared it on like other forums for like Serbs in like Chicago, stuff like that. That really helps a lot. So thank you so much. I appreciate everything every subscriber does. And when you post my videos to like a forum, I do notice, because in the YouTube analytics, it tells me where external traffic is coming from. So I'm so happy when I see someone posting my videos on their website or something like that. Let me see what you guys are saying here in the live chat. I shared it on poll. Oh, thank you so much. I usually share my videos on travel, the 4chan travel. I'm not gonna call it a subreddit. What do you call it, board? But poll works good too. I go to poll every day myself. 4chan poll. It's a political form for people that don't know. I don't take downers. I only want to take uppers, because that's what I need to wake my brain up. I need stimulants. So I refuse to take downers. That's why I don't like to drink alcohol. One of the reasons. The other reason is I think I'm allergic to it. Justin says, thanks again. Brad, look forward to seeing you soon. I like the live format. Thank you so much. What else are you guys saying here? I did get your email, but I had some stuff going on that day with the bank. So it's still in my inbox. I haven't archived it. I'm going to reply to your email. I just haven't yet. Yeah, Kuala Lumpur was a really fun city. Very modern, very impressive, actually. Very impressive. I'd recommend anyone visit there. Don't avoid it just because it's a Muslim country. it's like Muslim all over Kuala Lumpur, but it's not like radical or anything like that. So I think you would have a good time there because it's super cheap. I think it's cheaper than Belgrade in some place. In the Indian sector, you can eat like a king for like $1, okay? And you can have a hotel room for $15 a night, maybe 10. And it's I think it's a good quality place to spend time in Kuala Lumpur. And so if anyone gets a chance to go there, I highly recommend it. Don't avoid it. But the Indians in Kuala Lumpur are so cool. The Malays are really nice too. But the Indians are like the most, my favorite of Kuala Lumpur. I love tandoori chicken. It's so cheap. They never try to overcharge you in Kuala Lumpur. And I'll tell you a funny story. So in Kuala Lumpur, these blind people, and they're legitimately blind. They go around with like a minder, like 5 of them might have one minder, and they go around these restaurant tables and they try to sell these little packets of tissues. This is a really funny story, guys. So these people, I honestly believe they're legitimately blind. I don't think they're like scammers. And so they try to sell you these little, they're real cheap too. I don't know why I didn't buy one, but I said no thank you. And that's the day I had really terrible diarrhea. And in Kuala Lumpur, they have squat toilets with buckets of water and no toilet paper. And so if a blind person tries to sell you a packet of tissues in Kuala Lumpur or any Muslim squat toilet country, buy them. Or karma will get your ass. Literally got mine. Thank you, X Factor. I'll take that into consideration. I do date, but I don't bring I don't bring that onto YouTube. There's a lot of Serbians are like very like private too. So I just want YouTube to be about Brad. Thank you, Dragon. He says, have a good day. I have to go now. I like your videos from Belgrade. Thank you so much. So I got someone from my family to agree to come out here eventually in the summertime, so maybe they will. But no one has come to visit me anywhere I've been. Even I bought someone a passport even. It's like a Christmas gift. I bought them their passport and they would never come out. They never actually used it for anything. So that's really disappointing, but what are you gonna do? Thanks, Dragon. So how does my family react? Still to this day, they're like, you're gonna get killed. I already told them, don't ship my body home. If I die overseas, just bury me where I died. Why pay the money to ship my body? Doesn't make sense. But I'm not scared to die, I've accepted death, and when death comes, death will come. Like, I'm not worried about death at all, because I'm not scared to die. And once you're not scared to die, it really frees you from a lot of weight on your shoulders. I'm not scared about dying. I'm worried about the sun. What will happen with the sun devouring the earth in about 10 billion years? That's what I'm really worried about. Because not only will I be dead, I'll cease to exist completely, even in the ground. All right, guys, I'm gonna get going. If you have any last questions, type it into the comments box. If you're on Periscope, please just search YouTube for Brad Serbia and subscribe to me. I need more subscribers. I have 4,500, and I had less than 1,000 when I came here to Serbia. But every subscriber helps, especially if you're from a Western country. It helps with the algorithm. That's what it helps with. Also, comments help a lot too. That means that you are free and well old enough. Yeah, I'm an old soul, obviously. I know how to do stuff that I can't really explain. It's weird. It's really weird. Really weird. But yeah, I just feel like I'm an old soul, and this isn't like my first life. X Factor says, "You're welcome. I like to have you as a guest and show you my country." Yeah, maybe. I just have stuff to do in Belgrade, but once everything settles down, then I'll definitely travel more. So if you guys, I'm having fish. I ordered turkey, but they brought me fish, so I didn't send it back because the food will go to waste. So I just decided to eat it. But it wasn't bad. I would have preferred the turkey. I probably wouldn't order the fish again anytime soon. It was really good, but I like their turkey here. Roger says, "Enjoyed the live chat. You're a smart dude. Thank you so much, Roger. I appreciate that." Where are you from, Roger? Wow, we have 60 people in this live stream. Go ahead, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. The Midwest, is that like Nebraska or somewhere like that? Didn't know you believe in reincarnation. I don't know. I don't think about stuff like that because I'm just a man in a big universe. And I'm not going to waste the short period of time I have thinking about religion, right? I feel like I've lived other lives somewhere, but I don't necessarily maybe believe in reincarnation. I don't know. So. I will say the people that sit around complaining about their lives all the time, I believe they're incarcerated souls. I believe that they messed up in a previous life and now they have a miserable life because they're an incarcerated soul. I came to that conclusion a few months ago. I'm not an incarcerated soul, so I'm doing pretty well. Shadow L says, "I sit around complaining all day." Well, get to the gym. Learn new skills off YouTube. Sorry guys, I ran out of data and I had to go get the Wi-Fi code. But thanks for the 16 people that are sticking around. But I'm gonna get off because I need to finish my meal. I need to finish my coffee, maybe order some more, and just relax for a couple minutes. But thank you so much for joining the live stream. Please subscribe to me if you haven't. And also hit the like icon. And get your butt out to Belgrade. I'll talk to you later, and goodbye.